Tonight is April the 4th, 2018. It's Wednesday night. It's 10:38 p.m. Charleston, Missouri time, or Central time. I'm coming today, y'all, with the universal greetings of peace and the blessing of God to all human beings on earth. When I say all human beings on earth, it don't matter what color you is. It don't matter. It's no matter what your nationality may be. It don't matter what your personal, philosophical, religions, or even personal beliefs may be. I greet all of y'all with the universal greetings of peace and blessings of God. Tonight, 50 years ago, I was 10 years old when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. I lived in Cabrini Green housing projects in the row houses. I was working at the time on a milk truck with the milkman that delivered in that area on the north side of Chicago. It was called the Hawthorne Melody Milk Company off Chicago Avenue, West Chicago Avenue, somewhere near Pulaski, up in that area, maybe a little farther. I come today, y'all, to say I honor what Martin Luther King did for us. Not just 50 years ago, but through the time that when he knew God called him to do a mission. I was going to take my 2 young daughters and my 90-year-old honorably discharged World War II veteran dad to Memphis, Tennessee today, to the Lorraine Hotel in honor of Martin Luther King. But I seen all these other people going there to speak. And I don't have to get to name no names. All you have to do is look at the news or Google up April the 4th, 2018, speakers at the Lorraine Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee. And you'll see who was there. You see, Martin Luther King is not there in the physical form. Martin Luther King last time was there, he was protesting for the sanitation workers, the garbage workers, because of poor wages. I seen one thing where one of the garbage workers that's still alive, he said, back then, when Martin Luther King came down there to protest for and with them for better wages, they was making $143 every 3 weeks. That's slave labor. But you see, my point is today is, me and my 2 daughters, I teaches my 2 daughters to carry on Martin Luther King's dream. Not just wait till every April the 4th of each year and speak about or go to places and speak about what Martin Luther King did. But we stand on what he did down here in Charleston, Missouri. I stand on the courthouse when they are unjust. I stand on the police department when they unjust. I stand on the sheriff department when they unjust. I stand on the Charleston R1 school district here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County when they unjust. I stand on these black so-called leaders and groups and organizations and preachers here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, or any place I go when they unjust. Now, I'm looking at all them people going down there. They say thousands of people was down there. in Memphis, Tennessee, speaking about the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King being assassinated. Jesse Jackson was there. He was there when Martin Luther King got killed. Matter of fact, they said he called out King's name, and that's when the shot rang out. But anyway, if he there now, and all them other groups and organizations and all them thousands of people that was gathered there now, why don't you gather around when the police unjustly kill these blacks out in the streets? Won't you gather around now? But then, because you see, Martin Luther King's spirit lingers on. You can't accomplish nothing down there in Memphis, Tennessee, with all thousands of y'all gathering around speaking. You see what I'm saying? You can't gain nothing out of that, but you can gain something when these police is unjustifiably killing blacks in the streets and saying that they was afraid, saying that they thought they saw a gun. You can accomplish a lot if all you thousands of people, black and white, that gathered down there in Memphis, Tennessee on today's date, April the 4th, 2018, when these blacks is killing blacks, when these blacks is filling our neighborhoods up with drugs, selling them, no matter who they get it from. I don't care if they got them from a white or Chinese, but they bringing it in our neighborhood. It is a continuous theme. Donald Trump just recently, this week, April of 2018, said that he gonna tell all the governors to deploy National Guards on the southwest wall of Mexico to keep the Mexicans and drugs from coming in. Well, why don't he deploy the United States Army to these police stations when they gunning down innocent blacks? A car is on fire in Elgin, Illinois just this year. A 34-year-old black female in there with a knife, but her car is on fire. A white lieutenant for the Elgin Police Department on their SWAT team claimed he negotiated for an hour. No fire trucks, no MS system. They got chills, she coming out coughing, and he gunned her down. Why don't you deploy your United States National Guards there? Why didn't you deploy them in October of 2014 in Chicago, Illinois, when that police shot a 16-year-old, maybe 17-year-old Quan McDonald 16 times? Why didn't you deploy the United States National Guards and have them to get all of them police that was standing out there when he shot them down? Here in Charleston, Missouri, November the 8th, 2011, when a police officer here in Charleston, Missouri, Keith Batford, white, shot and killed a mentally ill 34-year-old black man who had been tased 2 times already. He said he shot him because he felt threatened. But yet, the chief of police and a black sergeant on the same Charleston, Missouri police department was out there, and the threat supposed to have been to the chief of police, who both of these other individuals, the chief and the sergeant, been on the force for over 20-something years, and they didn't shoot one time. My point is, all you people that's down there in 2018 in April the 4th, let me see where y'all gonna be at. I done asked Jesse Jackson, I done asked Al Sharpton, I done asked Corey Brooks in Chicago, I done asked Philip Jackson for the Black project in Chicago, and many other them leaders to come down here in Charleston, Missouri, where me and my two daughters, and especially me, been fighting against white supremacists and sellout blacks for 22 years. They ain't come. You know why they ain't come? All they want to do is cameras. If wasn't no cameras down in Memphis, Tennessee, today or any other day, all them other people wouldn't have been down there, Jesse Jackson and none of them. I'm going to leave you with this here. You young leaders, stand up. You don't need to get physical. Stand up. If they ain't getting physical with you, you don't need to get physical with them. Stand up and let's get a new generation of leaders. I'm going to stand with you. Peace. Be still.